And attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Dog dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Off the mirrors, a pit clear. Grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain. Rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there. Remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, we meant.
Ooh, yeah, my son jamming on there, Ryan the Third. Go check out his music. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark. Today I'm rocking my Kobe jersey again, or Kobe hoodie, obviously, and my OSU hat to commemorate the loss of Kobe and Gianna on Thursday or Wednesday, and then the plane crash, the tragic crash of 10 guys that I knew. And I want to dedicate this show to Bill Tegans, who's the one who got me into doing TV years and years ago before he passed away. He had got me into doing my show Inside High School Sports. So anyway, I want to dedicate this broadcast to Bill Tegans, the one and only. What an outstanding broadcaster, man, husband, father that he was. And I enjoyed every minute being with him and taking his advice and doing this. So anyway, let's talk about the NFL upcoming weekend, of course. This is the Final Four. 49ers against the Rams at SoFi. And like we've talked about before, SoFi will be the home of the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And the Rams try to become only the second team in history to host an NFL championship game, which of course Tom Brady and the Buccaneers did last year in Tampa Bay, beating the Chiefs, spanking the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a beat up offensive line, and Tampa Bay's front four they were relentless on Mahomes, but Travis Kelce dropped passes and Tyreek Hill dropped passes. I think if those two would have caught the passes in the situations they caught them, there may have been a different story, but unfortunately they did not. But anyway, the first game, 49ers versus the Rams. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. And, Maya and I talked about this on Wednesday. It's going to be a good game. The 49ers have beat them 6 straight, twice this year, coming back from a 17-3 deficit, by the way, which, of course, is Sean McVay's only loss ever as a head coach when leading at halftime. He's never lost a game when he's led at halftime. So I thought that was a remarkable achievement and accomplishment right there. The fact that he had never lost a game leading at halftime. But the Rams let the 49ers back in the game. And like we've talked about many, many times on After the Storm, After Thunder post-game analysis, once the team gets rolling, I don't care who you are, I don't care what situation it is. It's kind of like the Bills and the Chiefs last weekend. It was 23-21 with, 6 minutes to go? Or 3 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden the Bills score, Chiefs come right back and score, Bills come back and score, Chiefs come back and score, Chiefs score again, game over. So once teams get rolling, this is an offensive league. It's probably 60% offense, 35% defense, 5% special teams. Even though Tyreek Hill made an excellent play against the Bills in a punt return, he's always dangerous, which of course OU fans know all about Tyreek Hill. So, but anyway, 49ers versus Rams. Defensively, they both match up really well. San Francisco's front seven is just, they are relentless. They're tough. Rams, on the other hand, they've got arguably the best defensive player of the past 20 years in Aaron Donald. Certainly one of the top five top defensive linemen in the history of the NFL. And then, of course, they got that bad man on the end that they got from the Broncos. So it's going to be interesting to watch this game. I'm kind of torn. Like I said the other day, I'm torn between the 49ers and the Rams because I like for the Chiefs and the 49ers to play again in the Super Bowl to rematch what happened 2 years ago. But on the other side of that, I'd kind of like for Aaron Donald to get to the Super Bowl, and then a rematch of what happened a couple years ago when the Rams and the Chiefs went at it in one of the highest scoring games in the history of the NFL. I mean, back and forth, and fortunately, Jared Goff had the ball last, and they won down and they beat the Chiefs. So, unfortunately, Jared Goff had the last. So that's kind of my take on it. Uh, it's all going to come down to both quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo is not the greatest. When I'm one of the top, maybe he's middle of the road, 14, 15, somewhere in there as far as quarterbacks are concerned in the NFL. But all he does is win. I mean, how many times can you score no touchdowns and win a game? So Jimmy G is he's an enigma, really. I mean, he's not high, he's not low. He just seems to get the job done however he needs to get it done. He's beaten two good teams leading up to the Rams. The question is, can he do it 3 times in a row? That's the $1 million question. I don't know. Can you beat Dak Prescott and then turn around and beat Aaron Rodgers and then turn around and beat Matt Stafford? We don't know. The jury's out on that. And on the other side, can Matt Stafford continue to silence his critics? For me, on one hand, I've always liked Matt Stafford. I thought he was a great quarterback, especially when he had Calvin Johnson. He was unbelievable. And he's got 44 come from behind come from behind victories. So that's pretty impressive. Leading all quarterbacks is 2009, I believe. So that in itself tells you a lot about Matthew Stafford. But on the other side of that, he does have a tendency to be loose with the football. Now, do I think he's going to mistake free? No, I think he's going to make a turnover or two. But the question is, when does he make them? Does he make them his own end, like Ryan Tannehill did, in order to allow the Bengals to play the Chiefs? Or does he make them on the other end when it's irrelevant? Not necessarily in the red zone, because that takes points away, but, 30-yard line, 40-yard line driving, something like that, where it's kind of, it's almost like a punt, then that might be fine. Gruffalo, I don't really see him doing a lot, making a lot of mistakes. He usually doesn't make too many big mistakes. So that being said, if I have to just break it down, I'm going to probably take the Rams at home. And that is kind of my pick. The Rams -2, -3.5 over the 49ers, because I believe that the 49ers can't continue to lose. The streak has to come to an end sometimes. Plus, it's hard to beat somebody 3 times. You can ask the Sooners when the Sooners played, that's my boy Randy Wright calling me. His birthday's tomorrow. Anyway, the 49ers, I don't know if you can beat somebody 7 times. Kind of like I said, the Sooners not being able to beat Kansas for the national championship back in '88. So I think that's going to be tough. So I'm going to take the Rams strictly on that premises. The Bengals and the Chiefs. This is the most interesting game to me, because everybody talks about Joe Burrow and, they had all those yards and they did all those things. And then what they failed to come back and talk about is the fact they had first down and goal to go to seal the game, and the Chiefs stopped them. And on 4th down, they had to have a penalty by the official in order to run the clock out to kick a field goal to win the game by 3. They seem to fail to mention all that. But, they did this, they did that. And that's what I hate about these sports analysts and stuff. Tell the damn truth. Yeah, he had a magnificent game. He had all that. But the Chiefs stopped him. If it wasn't for a penalty, you got Patrick Mahomes with 37 seconds left with the chance to go down the field and win the game. But did you mention that? No. You said 0 about that. So if the guy could go down and go 46 yards in 13 seconds, what do you think he could do with 38 seconds? Now, granted, he didn't have any timeouts, but pretty sure he would have been able to get it done. Okay? So, I think he had one timeout when the penalty was done. So, come on, guys. Tell the truth. Yeah, they won, but they barely beat them at home. And because of the referee, if the official does not call pass interference on 4th down, we may be having a different story. The Chiefs may have had home field advantage. But I do believe that them playing that first game helped the Chiefs out tremendously, because they got a chance to get that cobwebs out of their system. The bye is great that it rests you, but on the other side, it gives you kind of getting out. Plus, the game before that, you usually don't play all your guys. Teams are a little rusty, and the Chiefs have done that. Being a little rusty in that first game, come back. Thank God they had Mahomes where he could come and overcome the deficits. But at the same time, I mean, guys, the game, yeah, I mean, the Bengals played out. They played out their butts and barely won. I mean, seriously now, that's what you're coming up with. I mean, give me a break. It's ridiculous. Now, Joe Burrow, tremendous talent. Pro Football Focus ranked him number one of all the quarterbacks. I saw a thing that they were talking about between all the young quarterbacks now. It was Herbert, him, and it was Joe Burrow, Herbert, and Josh Allen. Now, it's funny that which of them are the best quarterbacks when Patrick Mahomes was the 10th pick, Josh Allen was the 7th pick in the same draft. But they picked those other three guys as the best quarterbacks. None of them are as accomplished as this guy is. None of them are going to play four straight. But the first player ever in the history of the NFL to have 4 consecutive home championship games, AFC championship games. None of them have an MVP. None of them, well, Joe Burrow's 2 years. He got hurt last year. Herbert's in his second year. Josh Allen, of course, the same year as Mahomes. But it's funny how everybody just wants to just kick Mahomes to the curb. It's a joke. How do you even try to kick the guy to the curb? He's the best guy in the NFL. He's the best quarterback. He does stuff like the other day. Did you see him lean down below the Buffalo Bills defender and throw it? Because last week, remember, he tried to throw it over T.J. Watt, and T.J. Watt got his hand on it. So it's okay. So how do you get it over a 6'6" guy with a long wingspan? Well, you get the guy up in the air, you lean to the right, and you throw a strike on rhythm to Tyreek Hill for a first down. That's how you do it. Nobody else does that but him. But these other three guys. They're always trying to put some guy, oh, this guy's better than Mahomes. This guy's better than Mahomes. This guy, dude, stop it. But anyway, of those three guys, they had Joe Burrow of the three. Now, if I have my choice between Herbert, Josh Allen, or Burrow, I'm going to probably take Herbert because I believe Josh Allen is going to be a lot like Cam Newton. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, and they run him with the football. If you run him with the football, if they run, you're going to get beat up. Your career is not going to be as long because you cannot take the punishment over a 5, 6, 7-year period if you're running the football. I don't care how big you are. The guys on the other side are just as big, and they weigh more than you do. And they're coming full speed trying to take your head off because you no longer are a quarterback whom they cannot touch to a running back who they can lay the wood to. And if you'll notice the other night, Patrick Mahomes got a knee to the head on the sidelines. No call. Pretty sure if that had been Tom Brady, flag. He went down, got speared in the back. No call. He went for a slid. The Bills linebacker dived head first. Missed him. But he dove head first at him. Come on, guys. No flag, no flag, no flag. Tom Brady, boo, flag. Woo, Tom Brady, flag. Come on. But of those three guys, I'm going to take Justin Herbert over those three. Not Burrow, even though I like Joe Burrow. And remember, Joe Burrow's only a year younger than Mahomes because he played 12 different colleges. Okay, that's mean, but he played at like 2 different schools. So I'm going to pick Mahomes over any of them because he's just as young other than Herbert. So of those three, I'm going to take Herbert because I think he has potential to be the longest, but unfortunately, he's in the West with Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know how much his life expectancy is going to be, but I'm going to take the Chiefs at home. I think the Bengals, Joe Burrow talking about, he's never played in a stadium as loud as Arrowhead, or he's played in loud stadiums before in the SEC, louder than Arrowhead. Are you serious? You leave the fans alone. I forget what guy it was in the NBA talked about Oklahoma City fans, and we lit him up. Lit him up. Bro, you in Thunderdome. Hey, don't come in here with that mess. You're gonna find out what it's like to be in here and try to keep up. And the Thunder just wore him out and the fans killed him. So I think the Chiefs fans are gonna show him what's the difference between the NFL and college. Bruh, There's a whole lot of differences besides the players. So he's going to find out. Anyway, I think the Chiefs are going to win by at least 10, if not more, simply because the Bengals are inexperienced and they don't know exactly what they're getting into, even though they feel like they're not going to throw. He's not going to throw for 500 yards and all that nonsense like he did last week. Now, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers' future destination. Now, I talked to my boy, Jose Fierro. Of course, if y'all know Jose, he all about them Broncos. All about them Broncos. Anyway, yes, they did get the offensive coordinator at Green Bay. And he was texting me yesterday. Oh, they're going to get him and Devontae. I said, bro, Green Bay is not going to give up Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. I said, do they have enough? So I went back and checked. They have about $48 million, yes. So they have enough cap space to do what they need to do. Now, do you have players? So I guess you're going to give up who? Oh, they got Jerry Jeudy, who ain't too bad. So they give up Jerry Jeudy. Their defense is solid. So, I mean, who else you going to give up in order to get Mahomes? Okay? Who else you going to give up? That's interesting to see what's going to happen in that segment. So I don't think Rodgers is going to Denver because you'd have to face Mahomes twice. You'd have to face Herbert twice. You got to face Derek Carr twice. So that's 6 games right there of your 18 that you're going to have to just fight tooth and nail just to get 1 win, let alone 2. And then you have Joe Burrow and Josh Allen to deal with in the AFC. Why would you do that? If you're trying to get to the Super Bowl, you're 39, getting ready to be 40. How the hell are you going to do that? How are you going to see a Super Bowl trying to go that direction? That's not happening. Now, on the other side of that, you have the NFC. Who do you got? Brady, Stafford, Garoppolo. Really? Oh, Dak Prescott, the Cowboys. But let's say Brady, we don't even know if he's playing again because Tampa Bay salary cap, they're in all kinds of trouble, so we don't even know if he's playing again. We don't know if he's coming back. And you talk, people are griping about, oh, he's got to talk to his wife. Bruh, yeah, you're going to talk to your wife. If you happily married and you respect your wife, you are going to have a conversation about her, about what your future is. Plus, you have kids. Plus, I mean, how many concussions can you possibly get? Your legacy is cemented. You're going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer without question. So I don't understand the issue. Now, do you want to win again? Yeah. But are you going to have the same team? Probably not. So I don't see that. But anyway, I see Aaron Rodgers staying right where he's at. I see they're going to franchise Devontae Adams. They're going to franchise him. Just like they did, or just like Dallas did Dak. He ain't going nowhere. Unless you give up all your team and all your picks, I don't see that happening. But on the other side, like I said, why would you want to go to AFC if you're trying to get to a Super Bowl? Super Bowl is much easier to get to. You've won 13 games in the last, 3 straight years in Green Bay? You want to go where? Really? Huh. Okay. Well, go ahead and do that and see what happens. You're going to die right there in Denver. You're not going to the Super Bowl. Or you could possibly go to the Super Bowl. The chances diminish quite quickly. Now, when I'm looking at teams and who's got available head coaches, you got the Broncos, GM solid. Quarterback, defense, really good. Offensive line, not bad. You got playmakers. So Denver, great spot. They're missing a quarterback. And they know that's what they're trying to get. And so, I mean, I don't know who they're going to possibly try to get, but I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos. So they're going to have to maybe rethink that. But there are still some quarterbacks out there. The Bears, Jim, yes. Quarterback, if I had to go yes or no, I'm going to go maybe on Justin Fields. But it depends. They got a defensive coordinator as head coach, not an offensive coordinator. So once again, you got to have somebody who can help him mature because all your money is spent on the defensive side. You have no money left on the offensive side to build an offensive line for the guy to protect him. And I don't care what young quarterback you got. Fortunately, he is mobile. But if he keeps getting his head beat up, it's mentally going to get into his head at some point. He's going to get happy feet, and you're going to ruin the guy. So I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to probably have to get rid of some defensive players to get that. But they do have playmakers on that side. Now, the Raiders, Uh, they're just a mess. I mean, the Raiders are a mess. Their quarterback, yes. Defense, pretty good. Offensive line, not bad. And they do have playmakers. So I do like the Raiders, but they didn't. They need the right head coach. They need an offensive coach who can help them get past where they were. I mean, they're in the West. The West is tough, like we talked about. They're going to have to find something, some way to get through that. The Dolphins, uh, their GM, I'd say no. The quarterback, yeah, Tua, he's okay. He's no. Defense, solid as a rock. Offensive line, pretty good, and they do have some playmakers. But the Dolphins, getting rid of Brian Flores, considering what he did, there's a reason why, like I said, organizations are in the toilet because of who they have at top. They don't get it, and they're going to continue to be. Now, I know that Lee he's a huge uh, Michigan fan. I know Jim Harbaugh was out there. But, I mean, when I look at Jim Harbaugh, I mean, you got the Raiders out there. Do you really want to be in the Raiders? You're a run guy, not a pass guy, so that really won't work. You got the Dolphins. He's already said no because he's a huge Michigan alum, and he's not going to steal you from the Wolverines. You got the Texans. They're just a mess up in the front office. So I don't. Why would you want to go there? The Jaguars. You do have a great quarterback. Other than that, so why would you want to go there? Other than you want a job, and then you have the Vikings. Harbaugh, if I had to pick somewhere, pick somewhere that'd probably be that place for you because they do have a quarterback, if that's what you want to call him. He's okay. He's made a lot of money based on whatever. Your defense is solid. Your offensive line's okay, and you do have playmakers because you do have Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. And you do like to run the ball, and you've got one of the best runners in the NFL. So I would think that the Vikings would be a good fit for Harbaugh simply because of that thing right there. He's got a running back, he's got a wide receiver. You just need to upgrade your quarterback, and other than that, you're off and running. I think because their offensive line is good, and so that's a check. Playmakers, check. Defense, I'm gonna give you a check on that. Other than that, and plus, if you go to the Jaguars, you look at that. Only thing you got for the Jaguars, you have 12 picks. 12. Damn, that's a lot of picks. What you gonna do with all those picks? That's a lot of picks. 12 picks. But when I look at this teams, all these guys need some sort of offensive coordinator. Now, Eric Bieniemy, to me, he's one of the tops. You've got him. You've got the Rams offensive coordinator. You have 49ers offensive coordinator. All these guys are out there. I think if you got a quarterback, you need an offensive coordinator to go with that. Now, if I was Eric Bieniemy, I don't know if I want to go inside my conference in the Raiders, but I don't think he would care. Head coaching job is a head coaching job. If I were him, I definitely wouldn't take the Jaguars. That's a 2-year deal. You're in, you're out. The Texans is not a great job either. Like I said, the Vikings would be a good pick for anyone. So that being said, that's enough of the NFL. Like I said, we're going to take the Rams and the points and the Chiefs and the points. And we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about some NBA. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark. Let's talk about a little NBA. Somebody asked Wednesday. I was asked about uh, NBA trades for the Thunder. Hold on somebody's at my door. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everybody. That was FedEx delivering my equipment because I'm going to start doing live streams in February where we're going to go out to remote locations and do a few live streams with the show. So I've been waiting on FedEx to give me my stuff, and it all came in just now. So I was extremely excited about that. Thank you very much. FedEx, way to go. Anyway, let's talk about trades because what happened was I got a lot of. Thank you very much. FedEx, way to go. Anyway, let's talk about trades because what happened was I got. Hang on, I don't know how that happened like that. I got a lot of that. Thank you very much. I was laughing about the NBA trades because somebody asked me about that. Hang on, I don't know how that happened like that. I got a lot of that. I was laughing about the NBA trades because somebody asked me about that. Well, this show just went to hell real quick by me trying to be all cool and thinking I knew what the hell I was doing. Well, this show just went to hell. That's what I get for doing that. Trying to act like I know what's going on. Thinking I knew what the hell I was doing. Well, this show just went to hell. That's what I get for doing that. Trying to act like I know what's going on. Thinking I knew what the hell I was doing. Well, this show just that's what I get for doing that. Trying to act like I know. Anyway, so I went. Somebody asked me about the trades, and so I was trying to figure it all out. And what I did about that, and so I anyway. So let's talk about trades what I did about that, and so I anyway. So let's talk about trades. I can hear all this stuff anyway. So the NBA trades, we were talking about that, and I was explaining how I can hear all this stuff cool it was. So the NBA trades, we were talking. Who did we have? And I was looking at all the different players. And who I thought we could get, and who did we have? I was looking at Jeremy Grant, who did we have? And who I thought we could get, and who I thought we could get, and I was excited. Who did we have? I was looking at Jeremy Grant, and who I thought we could get, and I was excited. Who did we have? And I looked at this Christian Wood, John Collins, Richmond Holmes. I looked at all these guys, and I looked at this and Christian I figured out who did I want? John Collins. Who did I think that I would take? All these guys, and I looked at Christian Wood, who's a big man at Houston, 17. Jeremy Grant again getting him back. We had him, and we gave him away. So I don't know about that so much. Jeremy Grant again getting him back. We just got Jeremy back. We gave him away. So I don't know about that so much. How I feel about Jeremy. Grant again getting anyway. I think that Christian Wood, John Collins are our best picks for that. How I feel about Jeremy. Norman Powell, I like him. I think that Christian also Daniel and Justin Holiday. These are all guys who have multiple contracts that we could possibly get. So I was excited about Justin Holiday. These are all guys who have multiple contracts. Hope everybody enjoys the show. See you next week. So I was excited about Justin Holiday. These are all guys who have multiple contracts. Hope everybody enjoys the show. See you next week. So I was excited about Justin Holiday. These are all guys who have multiple contracts. Hope everybody enjoys the show. See